The first game in a trio of shooters for the PlayStation 3, kicking off with Deadlock Pirates.
Anyway, so as you can see, you get 3 different games to play, and you have to pick one of them before you can get started. Okay, so let's go with this one. So this is going to be a very action-focused game. There will be high intensive battles, high speed, very loud music. Everything is basically very loud. If you're hoping for a relaxing time like SimCity or Valkyria Chronicles, then this is not the game for you. So while the gameplay isn't really unique, what is unique is actually the type of theme this actually is. It is a pirate theme. Seriously, what pirate themed media can you think of that isn't Pirates of the Caribbean or One Piece? So anyway, this is one of these levels where you actually get to pick what zone to play before you actually get to the actual gameplay. So yeah, this game features a story where there's like demonic seamen that has become skeletons, and you have to shoot all of them with your laser gun. Sure, the time period is probably very old, that is laser guns, but you know, it's an arcade game, you have to basically accept that. And now, as you can see, there's actually a boss fight happening right now. What? Are these supposed to happen at the end? Well, it turns out they don't. Remember the boss fights from Mario Party 9 and 10? Well, it's kind of similar to that, where you have to basically perform a certain action before you get hit. Now, of course, this is not turn-based. This is action happening in real time. Now, everything combines to actually make kind of difficult. At least it is to me. It's really loud, and if you are sensitive to tons of noise, well, I don't really recommend playing this one, but that can be said about every game in this collection. There are also these enemies, which are known as, well, I'm not gonna call them Sea Reapers or the Green Reaper or whatever. Anyway, they will attack you with your scythes. Now, thankfully, unlike the actual ghosts, you can actually kill them. So it's not like they are invincible, that it's impossible to actually get rid of them. Which is nice. You know, there's actually a way for you to actually get past as many enemies as possible. So at a certain point with this boss fight, you have to basically switch over from the basic gun after all the tentacles have been destroyed up to this cannon which has fire. Now, I don't really get how do you put fire at a cannonball. I mean, these enemies are wet. Aren't the fire supposed to be extinguished, or is it supposed to turn to stone? After all, lava and water combined makes magma, you know? So yeah, it's not really that realistic, but I think you can understand what I mean. Now, along the way, you can get treasure chests, and if you actually guess correctly, well, you can at least get some life or perhaps even get some extra ammo. This thankfully gives you a fighting chance, considering how easy it is to lose health. Now, in terms of audio, in terms of sound, in terms of voice acting, in terms of everything, this game is actually pretty good. It does have a fair bit of voice acting, and the characterization itself is pretty decent. It sounds believable, it sounds truthful, as well as the story and the action itself isn't actually that bad. You know, it doesn't really go out of its way to be weird and crappy stuff, not like a B movie. This could actually be like an actual pirate film movie, and it would actually fit really well. So the 2 main characters that you're playing as are this pirate guy and this pirate gal. Now, thankfully, this pirate gal actually is represented really well. She does have a believable design, she does have a good voice, and the characterization, like I said, with everyone else is actually spot on. They are not annoying. They are actually good represented of what they're supposed to be. The leaders, sort of the main characters, that doesn't get in the way for the others. So anyway, as you can see from the footage of this level, I actually did lose a fair bit of health on the previous level. You get like 3 or 5 lives depending on the difficulty. So that meant that I basically crashed into this several times, and yeah, it's game over. Now, thankfully, you can replay these games as much as you want. So after losing life once, well, you can basically start over again. And this is actually the only game in this collection actually does allow you to pick the level beforehand. That makes it the most unique, and like I said, pirate-themed video games are not really that common unless it's Pirates of the Caribbean or, well, the other. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. On to the next game.